Today we'll be delving into the secret lab underneath Biggin Airport called the Bromley Pindar. This bunker has a unique puzzle in order to gain access. You also will need to do the quest from Gordon in order to be able to use the hand scanner. A lot of people get caught out with that. So let's head straight in, Churchy, and have a little look. Once inside, you'll notice a series of levers and buttons and even valves. So, let's have a little look at the Pindar maintenance terminal. Note that when you do go too close to the hand scanner, it will trigger 2 machine gun turrets, which at very close quarters and an early level will certainly mean the death of you. So, either you will just have to take all the damage, or pop hero, it's pretty good, and then take them out at close range. Now, let's look at the maintenance terminal. It's a 3-step procedure in order to manually restart the power to this Pindar station. So first, grab the maintenance lever C1, then C3, and then identify the power box and pull the lever on it as well. So that's step 1. That's handy enough. Pull C1, pull C3, and pull the lever on the power box. That should activate, so you know you've done step 1 correctly. I could show you it all in one go, but it's nicer to jump in case you want to read it yourself. C7, C5, and then you have to, that'll restore the reactor switch, followed by some additional steps. So we'll do that. So C7 is the side one over here, and C5, there we go. Makes a few nice beepy noises. And then the final step, final stage. So, you'll want to activate C6, then C4, then C2, and then turn the maintenance valve. Okay, so easy to remember, kinda. C6, C4, C2, and you turn this valve. Doesn't matter which way you turn it. And that will give you access to the hand scanner. What a lot of people don't know is you can't access this unless you're doing the quest for Gordon, because you can't access the hand scanner for some reason. Don't know why that's the case. Even if you come in and you do all the correct steps, it won't activate. So that's just a little bit of a heads up to anyone. And then there's no terminal or anything. It just gives you a wee bit of a thumbs up and lets you in. And it doesn't load you into a different section. This is the remainder of the Pindar station. So we'll show you everywhere you need to go, including a little area that you can access only if you have a high enough level in the hacker perk. Now, most of the terminals don't work, but there's a lot of flora and fauna for you to pick up. Bloodleaf, corn, bug plants, potatoes. There's a lot. There's also a lot of these guys. The dryads occupy the place. So, if you want to find the Synapse tree, it's very easy. You just go down here, go straight down to the right, and waltz your way through. I'll show you the rest of the Pindar station, don't you worry, including there are 2 really dangerous bosses. One you'll need the hacker perk to get into, and the other one, well, it can be found in here. It's a novice phone terminal, which is pretty easy. It just mentions about a lockdown being in effect, and all you have to do is unlock the door, which will actually trigger the security system offline. The Radaway should give you a bit of a heads up as to what you're dealing with, but the most dangerous thing in here is without a doubt the glowing dryad, who hides somewhere at the back. For some reason, he has decided not to show up here. There he is. He or she, I'm not too sure. But this legendary glowing dryad is your big concern. It is not a pushover. I had to expend all my explosives at level 7 and all my weapons at hard difficulty to just disable him. I took his legs out, then the rest was pretty much history. This is the Synapse tree. You can have a little chat to him and the G.E.C.K that's growing out of him. He is a amusing conversation, to say the least. Really good voice acting. Phenomenal at that. And you'll have a good time. Right, let's explore the rest of the Pindar station since you're down here. And it would only seem right to run through all the irradiated river. There's probably about I'd say 15 to 20 dryads that you'll have to kill, including the legendary one. And then we've got in here. Now, this requires an expert lock phone terminal. And before we go into it, I want to show you the other side because it kind of leads into what you're going to find behind it. There's also this really, really weird part. This big eyeball sort of looking thing. I have absolutely no idea if it's a reference or if it's anything to do with anything. I have yet to find a quest or something that, mentions the big eye. I think it's just something wild that's mutated out of the G.E.C.K. Blocked entrance, but when you get here, there is 2 rooms. Both contain some dryads and they contain just some general supplies. So have a good look around. There's no terminals or anything to interact with, which I suppose makes sense considering this green fauna has went entirely through the place. So when you're in here, right, and you have a good look around, you notice this pile. It's a womble nest. Now, most people think they'll probably fight the womble in here, and honestly, when I seen the nest, I instantly thought we were going to be in for a really, really bad time. But thankfully, this room is pretty derelict. Again, lots of hub flour, corn. You will leave here with a lot of food and a lot of things for crafting meds, so that's pretty handy. Now, let's head back down to the phone terminal. Once you've got this little terminal unlocked, I'll open the door. There's also a Gibbs manual, which means your energy weapons will inflict 5% critical damage, which is pretty awesome. This one appears to be for a chariot, 2075 through to 2077. And you'll hear this. Lo and behold, a mighty womble will appear. Good news, it can't fit through the door. So you can just run out of this room if you don't want to take the smoke. It's not a dishonorable thing, because sometimes you just don't have the firepower to take down the womble and that glowing dryad, which is totally okay. In terms of anything down here, the womble doesn't really have a nest. You find his nest elsewhere, which I find kind of surprising to say the least. It seems that this place was used for the development of the G.E.C.K, the Garden of Eden creation kit. And obviously it turned the Synapse tree and Gordon into, well, what they are today. And the Womble's just made its home amongst all the dryads. He leaves them alone, they leave him alone. It seems to be a decent enough little thing they've got going on here. Now, where is the Bromley Pindar? It's at the bottom right corner of the map, near the RAF chapel and directly on Biggin Hill Airport. And what happens is you go to Gordon, tell him about the Synapse tree, wait a couple of days, and you'll essentially be given Biggin Hill as a settlement. You don't get the hangars or the fields or any of the people. You get like a little isolated section over to the sort of left side here. But it's still pretty decent. It's flat, good wee starting area. You can put some containers and it means you have some safe storage and a settlement to begin with. So not that bad at all. It's just a little puzzle was a little tough. But once you get through that, it's pretty sweet. Alright, thank you for watching.